Didn't see you there. You ready for what's coming up next? Danger Close, Adventures, BigHert, Tug Diesel behind the camera. Top 5 games that I absolutely love. Best there ever was in my books. Roll the intro. Fifth game of the top 5. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now, I couldn't think of a specific one until just recently, but I would say the Assassin's Creed Ezio trilogy would be my favorite. But out of all 3 of those, if we're gonna pick one game that would be my favorite out of all of it, would be Brotherhood. First, it was my first Assassin's Creed game ever played. Not number 1. I did play number 1 after that one. 2, Ezio, the greatest character ever. I love that dude. Dude, his parents murked. Nothing left in his life. He's still the greatest assassin ever lived. And he's the only one that knows about what the future actually holds for him. He actually knows that the guy so you play Desmond. You play Desmond Miles. He actually is the only assassin to know that Desmond Miles is the guy that's controlling him. Is the guy that's living through his memories. And he actually helps Desmond save the future. It was so meta to see. It was amazing. Dude, he's the best assassin ever. He's just amazing. I love him. Dude. Plus, that dude got to live to be he lived to be 92? It was 92 years old? And he was still kicking butt, dude. He was still out there assassinating fools, dude. It was nobody's business. It was awesome. I love him. The first game I got into that had stealth elements, and I didn't realize I was going to love it that much until I started playing Brotherhood. So... So what I liked was you had to go infiltrate this place. There was guards everywhere, and you had to plan out your route that you were gonna take. And so I sit there up on top, I'm sitting there I'm Batman, right? So I'm up top, and I'm watching everybody's patterns, and I plan out everything. And it sometimes most of the time it go according to plan, but sometimes it just go to crap, and I just had to go in there and murk everybody. But that was the whole thing. His toolkit made him so he can be completely stealthy, and nobody will know you're there. And if something bad were to happen, you were able to defend yourself. Plus, his weapons were amazing. So you can pick different swords, but the best weapon he had as an assassin were the hidden blades. The hidden blades were amazing.
Classic.
Oh, classic. Everybody knows in gaming what the hidden blades are. It's that iconic. I love the hidden blades. You can do kills from above. You can throw them off guard with the hidden blades. You can even parry with those things, and those things come out your wrist. I don't know, just the whole thing, the whole idea of blades coming out of your wrist and nobody knows they exist, they're there until it's too late. It was awesome to me. I really liked the whole double hidden blade thing. It was amazing. It was awesome. I really liked it. So the hidden blades are great. The combat was amazing. It was the first game that I played that had an action button. It's there was an action button, it was a trigger, and the trigger allowed you to hardcore parkour, which was another part of the game that I really liked, was doing hardcore parkour. I loved that whole aspect. I never played a game like that before. I was new to gaming. This was one of the first games I legitimately played that I don't know. It was something that was a big picture game. I don't know. It was a big map. It was open world. I've never played anything like that before. And I got sucked into the whole historical setting of it. Ancient Rome was amazing. And I just got to play this really cool assassin that got to do whatever he wanted from the shadows. It was amazing. I don't know. The whole thing of you get to play as this guy from the present time. And then you were diving into the memories of this amazing assassin through history was a new concept, It was a whole new world to everybody, and it was amazing. I really liked the whole ancient Rome thing. So but Ezio is still like the number one assassin, no matter what other Assassin's Creed games were to come out. Ever was, ever will be. Ezio, number one. Number 4. What was it?
Dishonored.
Dishonored. That's what I'm talking about. I love this game. It's hype. Another stealth game. The levels were laid out perfectly. You could go high ground, low ground, middle ground. You can go completely stealthy from the shadows. Nobody knows they're there. Or you can just go in guns blazing. What I liked was you had like the combat with both hands. So you can do one hand was your gun, right? You can come in with the gun. Second hand was your sword. So you had like your trusty like blade. And now that was what it was, like blade, gun, or my favorite weapon combo was the crossbow with the blade. So the whole game is like you have been wronged. So like you have the queen, right? The empress. That's what they called her. And you're like this. You're like her bodyguard, like her special bodyguard, and so you're tasked with protecting her with your whole life. And one day she gets assassinated by these dudes. You don't know who they are, what's happening, and it's your job to take vengeance upon everybody that wronged you and made you look like the guy that killed the Empress, which is the girl that you actually love. So, spoiler alert, okay? You and the queen together, right? You're doing stuff together, but nobody knows about it. You get a child. Her name's Emily. Awesome. She gets kidnapped. You have to take vengeance. You're gonna get your revenge. You've been dishonored. Get it? It's a conspiracy. You have to go and fight everything in the shadows. It was cool, man. The whole stealth was badass. Like, I loved the whole thing. The sword and, like, other weapon combo was awesome. Like, you had these special powers. So there's this guy called the Outsider. Mysterious figure. Nobody knows about him. He gives you this mark on your hand. And so the mark allows you to do like these really cool like stealth powers or like attack powers or defense. Like it's like attack, stealth, defense powers. It's cool. There are people out there who made like videos. These intricate, really imaginative kills. Like you would never think of doing. So the game was simple, but you could like it allowed you to do whatever you wanted with your powers, whatever you want to do with your abilities. And it was something I've never seen before, and it was a lot of fun. Another aspect of the game that I really liked, my favorite thing about the game, was that you can go through the whole game without killing a single person. Or you can go through the whole game killing everybody, or a mix. So like the game rewarded you for not killing anybody. And it also like gave you like special abilities and stuff based off of killing everybody. It was cool. So like the game will have different outcomes depending on if you kill people or if you go through the whole thing as a pacifist. It's like really cool. It was this amazing, imaginative, creative, fantastic story all around. I really liked it. Number 3, Nier Automata. What do I say about this game? Nier Automata, because there's other Nier games. So this is Nier Automata. Or Automata, depending on how you want to say it. Caribbean, whatever, who cares. So, man. It's a masterpiece that not many people will ever play in their lives. Like, nobody even think about that game. It'll always be hidden in that special little hidden corner. They'll switch between third person, side scroller, kind of a 3D side scroller. They'll do like an overhead view. I mean, they mix a lot of stuff in it, and like just the story itself is amazing. Like this is why I play single player games. Like this game it's a masterpiece through and through. Like you can't argue how good the story and just the creation of the game. I don't know. It was amazing. The creator's name is Yoko Horo. So there was a war between humans and aliens that showed up to Earth. Now the humans and aliens have been fighting for a long time. The humans lose the war, pretty much, is what it is. The humans lose the war, And so they go up in there. They go up into the moon and live on the moon. And then they make androids to fight against the aliens. Well, what the aliens do is the aliens made robots to fight against the androids. So there's like this special proxy war against robots and androids. So like it's still the humans and aliens. So you play as like an android way after the war, like hundreds of years after the war is over, and you're still fighting the robots, so you can clear the way for humanity to come back. The bosses are amazing to fight against. They all are based off of like historical characters if you're into that stuff, and it just makes you think. It makes you think a lot, and it keeps you on your toes with the story. It's really good. And then so what the game does also that I really like is you play as the main character. Her name is 2B, and then when you think you beat the game, you replay the game as another character. You play the game again as her partner. His name is 9S. So you go through the whole story again with 9S and like his point of view of the game. And then when you think you beat the game again as 9S, you go through as another android that's like fighting like the war in a different way, but like she runs into the other two like as you're playing the game. So you run into her and you see her and she runs away. So you get to play her. So like the game has like multiple endings, and there's like secret endings you can do, and then ultimately when you get like all the endings done, it creates like this ultimate ending, and it lets you like help other players that play the game in the future. It helps them beat their games. It's like really cool. Number 2,
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn, dog. I freaking love this game. So you play, what's her freaking name? So you play as Aloy, my girl. Redhead, Tug Diesel appreciates that stuff. Yo! Because redheads are the best people ever. So, hey, true facts, dog. Alright? Redhead. She's amazing. So you play as Aloy. It's like way in the future. There's been this big apocalypse. Humanity's been wiped out. And it's been wiped out by robots. Again, another story about, robots taking over the planet. Wink, wink. So, like, everybody's living in tribes, but it's, like, kind of futuristic, but it's, like, old, like, way back, like, the way, like, cavemen lived. But, like, with future technology from the robots. It's cool. So you're fighting, like, these robots, and, so you want to fight, your name is Aloy, you want to find out what happened to your mom, because, you're, like, shunned by your own, like, tribe of people. So imagine, like, growing up all your whole life and everybody in your tribe just shunned you. Nobody liked you. Nobody talked to you. It was actually like illegal. It was against the law for them to even like talk to you or like help you out in any way. But it never comes across as like smug or bad. Like she's a good character. She's like a hero through and through. But she definitely does what she wants. She's one of like the strongest characters I think in any video game. Like, she's one of the strongest characters anybody's ever made in a video game. You get to shoot a bow and arrow, so it's not like any other game where it's like guns and guns and guns. It's like you got a bow and arrow, it's futuristic, it's made of robot parts, and it helps you destroy like gigantic robots that are like dinosaur-sized robots, gigantic birds, huge beasts of robots. So like, when you come across a robot, like the first time you see one of the big ones, I'm sitting there like, oh, dang, I have no idea how I'm going to take this thing on. That's impossible. Man, it's a good game. I love it. I don't know what to say about it. Like, it's just... Man, the combat's amazing, dude. Aloy's great. The story is great. The robots are awesome. They're like different types. The combat is fun every single time you enter it. And there's different ways to defeat every robot, and there's like they have like strengths and weaknesses against you, and you can use like different arrows and stuff for your weapons. It's really cool. Next question. Number 1. Favorite game ever. One of my first games I've ever played. Fallout New Vegas. Specifically New Vegas. At the beginning of the game is you've been shot, left for dead for some reason you have no idea. You're like this normal person who you're a courier. So like your job is to take packages and deliver it to any place, no matter what, no problems. You do it. You can travel. You travel across the wasteland in this post-apocalyptic future. Everybody knows this game. It the person who makes it is Obsidian Entertainment. These guys are amazing at this game. They're the original people that hold on to this game that had like Fallout 1 and 2. And then Bethesda took it over and then they made Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was great, but New Vegas perfected everything Fallout 3 did. The thing that like made the game completely different as well, other than like the crappy combat, was a thing called VATS. So like the VATS was a way for you to slow down the world. It was like a machine that like slowed down the world, and you could pick your targets and pick like certain, like you could pick like limbs, the head, you know, the body, and like that combat was so different and so like great that like it let you slow down the game world and pick how you wanted to, like what you wanted to hit on a person, how you wanted to fight your battles. So all my builds were always like what do you call it? I was really good at talking myself out of stuff. So there's different ways to play the game. You can be really good at combat and just go in and kill everything. You can like be good at talking your way out of everything. You can like be that stealthy person if you wanted to. You can be that person that like didn't really care about all that stuff, and you can go do other things. Like there's a lot of stuff to the game. Like you can live almost like as a normal human being. But yeah, like the game just, you get thrown into this world. You have to figure out like what to do next. Once you get your objective, the objective just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Dang, that game was so good, dude. I'm addicted to it. I always find myself coming back to that game and just playing it, making new characters. Dang, thanks Tom Howard. Love you for making that game, dog. Anyway, guys, that was the top 5 Bigherts favorite games ever. I would have had more on the list, but this is top 5, not top 10. Okay? Leave me alone. I'm trying out here. I don't know. What do you want? What? Like, comment, subscribe. As always, bell icon and become part of the notification squad, as the cool kids always say, and I'm saying now. So I guess I'm one of the cool kids, or not. I don't know.